Representative Sirota.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, I come here as a mother and a social worker, as well as a legislator. In my work in early childhood education, as well as in my daily life as a mother, my constant refrain to my own children and to the children and families I have served has been, my job is to keep you safe. That has been at the heart of what I do. And I intend to continue with that refrain today. And I just want to take a moment to share the testimony of Judy Amabile during the hearing for this bill. I have an adult son with mental illness. This includes severe depression, substance abuse, mania, and psychotic episodes. He can be aggressive during these psychotic episodes, especially when there is alcohol involved. About 2 years ago, he started talking about wanting to get a gun and kill himself. I worried about his safety and the safety of my entire family. Naively, I called the Colorado Bureau of Investigation and asked to put his name on a list of people who cannot buy guns. The agent I spoke to told me this was not possible unless he was convicted of a felony or a court ordered him to be committed to a mental institution. Neither of those things had happened then, nor have they happened since. At the time, I had access to my son's debit card account. I noticed he had a small charge at a gun shop. I called them and asked what could he purchase for the amount he had charged. The man on the phone said it was the cost of a background check. At that point, I told him my son's name. I told him my son wanted to buy a gun and kill himself. He said the background check had not come back instantly and the gun had not yet been sold. My son's father and I went to the shop. The store owner showed us the handgun that our son had put aside to purchase when the background check came back. We cried. We begged him not to sell our son that gun. We thanked God that the background check had not come back instantly. He said our son seemed like such a nice young man, and our son is a nice young man, but he also suffers from mental illness, which he cannot control. He agreed to not sell the gun, and he made a note on the background check not to sell the gun, but he did tell us that he had no legal obligation to not sell our son the gun. 2 days later, our son was hospitalized after a standoff with the police. He's still alive today, but every day we wonder what could have happened if he had gone to Dick's Sporting Goods or if he had chosen some other place and we hadn't found out about it. We wonder when he might try again to buy a gun. There is absolutely nothing stopping him from making that purchase, and he has tried to kill himself. He tried to hang himself, and the light fixture gave way. He tried to use pills, and he was unsuccessful. But a gun would be more sure-fired, no pun intended. Every time there is a mass shooting, we hear people say, "Why didn't the family do something? How could they not have known?" Well, often we do know, but our hands are tied. There is nothing we can do. The Extreme Risk Protection Order will give us a tool to stop our loved ones from hurting themselves or hurting other people. I don't kid myself that any of you should care whether my son lives or dies, but please consider that the next time it might be your son or your daughter or your husband or your neighbor who finds him or herself the victim of preventable gun violence. It is well past the right time to pass this common sense legislation. It will give families like mine a tool to help our loved ones be safe, even when we have to keep them safe from themselves. And with that, I too ask for your support on this legislation so we can keep people safe.